Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So, the Trump administration is actually poised to approve drug imports from Canada. This is actually really good news. If it goes through, we'll see. The Kaiser Family Foundation reported last week that the Trump administration is on the cusp of approving imports from Canada to 6 states that have requested federal approval. So this wouldn't be nationwide. The 6 states are Colorado, Florida, Maine, New Hampshire, New Mexico, and Vermont. This is because they all pass laws that allow them the ability to seek federal approval to import and purchase the drugs from Canada, which would allow them to pass savings on to their residents, of course. This obviously is very unpopular with drug manufacturers. They've forever price gouged Americans while they sell the identical drugs to Canadians for much lower prices. And you may recall that Senator Bernie Sanders was the first and only presidential candidate to propose importing drugs from Canada on a national level. But due to the fact that so many of our so-called leaders receive just bucket loads of money from drug companies, and all the major news networks receive the vast majority of their funding from drug companies because they advertise constantly on their networks, the idea really failed to gain traction and the backing of other lawmakers and law bodies. So this move by Trump is obviously completely political. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is pushing him to make Florida the first state to receive approval, obviously because of their positioning in the Electoral College, how they affect or could affect the outcome of the presidential race. Obviously, it's a large state, it's a swing state, so Trump is using this for his reelection bid. But regardless of the motive, I honestly hope that it becomes law because people need help, especially people who have been hard hit during the pandemic. And although I know for a fact that prevention is the true key to helping people and helping them to understand how diet and lifestyle affects them and causes disease, I know that changing their diet and lifestyle would ameliorate a great deal of the disease and suffering in our country and the need for these drugs. But unless and until that mindset and understanding is adopted by a majority of the people in this country and by lawmakers who currently are beholden to the insurance and drug companies and big ag, people need their medications. So whatever or whomever helps them to get the medication at a lower rate will receive my praise, regardless of their motive, regardless of which side of the aisle they happen to be on and what team they play for, so to speak. I don't care. I really don't care. If as long as it helps people in this country, I'm all for it. But let's be clear. Trump could have done this at any time over the past nearly 4 years that he's been in office. And he could easily do this on a national scale, not just in the 6 states that pass these laws. The only reason that drug manufacturers are allowed to get away with this BS and this amoral price gouging is because our government allows it. Canada, on the other hand, dictates and caps what drug makers can charge in their country. And guess what? The drug companies haven't fled Canada. They haven't pulled out of the market in Canada, as lawmakers would have you believe. They use these scare tactics to prevent American citizens from demanding change. And they do it for selfish reasons. They do it so they can continue raking in millions of dollars in donations from Big Pharma. That's literally it. They're literally willing to sacrifice American lives, Americans' health for money. It is so grotesque, but I wouldn't bank on this coming to fruition. I'm hoping for it, but I don't think we're going to see this happen in the near future or possibly ever because Number one, Canada is already balking at the idea. Canada said, quote, "The Canadian drug market and manufacturing capacity are too small to meet the demand of both Canadian and American consumers for prescription drugs." So they have an adversity to it. And then on top of it, the drug manufacturers have vowed to sue the Trump administration if they move forward with this plan. So it's unlikely it's going to happen, but, it gives Trump a talking point for re-election. He can say, "Oh, I tried, but see, these damn drug companies, they just won't do it. Oh, there's nothing I could do. My hands were tied," which is pretty much BS. I mean, again, he could have started this 4 years ago when he first took office, and lawsuits would have been out of the way. Everything would have been settled in court. And really, there would be, in my mind, no legal justification for them to block Americans from importing drugs from Canada. Or the Trump administration could have just implemented laws like they have in Canada, saying, "No, if you want to do business in our country, here's what we're going to pay you. You're not going to charge us more than you charge for a country that literally borders on the northern part of the United States." It's all a game. It's all a political ploy. But again, I give them credit. If they can make it happen, that would be awesome. If they can do it on a national scale, that would be even better. I don't have much faith. But anyway, guys, as always, like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.